Hey, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a great week and congratulate yourself. You made it to the weekend. Now, all I need today is for OBS to not shit itself. That's all I want. Because we're going to start a new project today. We're not going to do any... Ooh, let's see what's new in Filament version 4. No, we're going deep into the trenches. Lost my train of thought in the middle of the sentence. Basically, we're going in. We're just going to create a new project using Filament version 4 and learn on the fly. Is released for beta version? Yes, it is. It is in beta, but according to the creator, of whom I'm forgetting the name right now, it is stable. In fact, you can actually go to the documentation and switch to version 4, and all of the documentation adapts to the beta version. So that's what we're going to do. Hello, Ozadbek. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for being here. You are on the YouTube side, so I cannot talk to you, cannot chat back at you because something happened with the YouTube chat window and I just lost the input. So if I'm supposed to link something back to you or say something back to you, I can't. Also, you're going to see me doing this the whole time. That's because there is music playing, but it's only playing on Twitch because YouTube, it's a little bitch. So if that's okay with you, that's fine. If you want to come hang out with the vibes, jump over to Twitch and it's nice over here. I am good. I am good. I am very good, especially because A, it's the weekend, so B, I deployed a project in production yesterday and everything went well, apart from a couple of bugs that's par for the course. So I'm really happy. It's nice when you work on something for a week and then you push it to production and it works. Again, just a couple of bugs. I squashed them really quickly. Let's head over because again, I used full disclosure, I used Gemini to create the requirement documents and the data schema for the new project that we're going to work on. That's just for me to speed up the process. I usually work better when I have a structured document to follow, but creating such said document, it's really hard for my brain. My brain does not compute that way. So I used Gemini to create that for me. And we're going to give that a read in just a second. Let me go to my other monitor real quick. All right, OBS is being a good boy today. Good boy. Good boy. Let me close every windows here. We don't need dots. No, nope. No, not you. No, Go away. Go away. Go away. And you can stay. Where's the notes? Ah, here. All right. Save for family. Let me take you over here. Also, if you're on Twitch side, let me know if the music is fine. I want to have it like not too loud, but not too quiet so that we can, you know, all vibe together. This is our new project, Filament version 4 project. We are creating an inventory tracker app with a twist. Well, not so much of a twist, but it's going to have my wish is to have a mobile app companion. We'll see if that's like an extra. It's not part of the minimum viable product, but I kind of want to try something out with that because I really want to try out native PHP, and I think this is a good match. We'll see. That's far into the project, so let's not worry about that just now. Let's go over the requirement documents so that we know what we are creating. First of all, it is an inventory tracker designed to manage product suppliers and stock levels for a small business, whatever that business is. Could be a grocery, can be anything that handles inventory. My mouse is doing the thing. Hold on. You don't want to see this. Every time I turn on the AC, my nose is like panicking. Relax, bro. It's just cold air. Okay, we're good. So yeah, inventory management and tracker for small business. The primary goal of this project is to serve as an educational, this is just for educational purposes. This is not meant to be a production application. This is just for us to get our grummy little hands in Filament version 4 and just explore the things that we can do with it. So treat it as that and not as this is going to be sold to customers or whoever. It's not production level, it's just education level. Like I'm saying, it will showcase core Filament features, including resources, relation managers, tables, basic barcode scanner integration in a practical real-world scenario. That part, we're going to have to use a little bit of imagination on that part, because my idea is that you should be able to use a barcode scanner to, scan barcodes. Well, as far as I know, barcode scanners work like a keyboard. You just point and beep, and that just sends a bunch of numbers over, and then press enter. So that's pretty much all that. That's all that happens with a barcode scanner. Actually, I'm going to turn down the music just a bit because I can't even speak. That's good. As a bonus feature, I'm going to add an API so that we can add a companion mobile app that can be used to do management on the fly. Like you can use the camera, or my idea is that you can use the camera to scan a barcode, and that will fetch that barcode, that product information from the database using an API, and you can do basic inventory management from your mobile app. That's the idea, at least. We'll see. Again, that's very, very much into the very end of that's like the end game. Users and roles for the initial version. This is very important because I know everyone is going to ask. So I'm going to bookmark this section for later use. Everybody's going to say, can you make it a multi-tenant application? Yes, I can, but I'm not gonna. Okay? For the initial version of this application is going to be one single user with full access. All right? The reason is because the reason for this is that I want this to be, again, a minimum viable product, not a full version. And if we wanted to add multi-tenancy to a project like this, it should be very straightforward and easy, but it's not a requirement for the application to work as an initial version, right? So one user, full access. And that user can do inventory management, access all sections of a web application, perform CRUD operations, create, read, update, delete on products and suppliers, can update stock levels via the web and also the mobile app. Again, this is endgame. We can also generate API tokens for mobile app authentication. Now that part, I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work. Not usually, but that is actually handled via Sanctum. Sanctum is the one that generates tokens. I don't know if I want to have like token management within the UI or just generate one token and use that in the mobile app and just let the mobile app connect using that token forever. I don't know. Endgame, not worrying about that right now. We'll get to it when we get to it. Where am I? Here. So core features for the minimum viable product. We're going to have a dashboard with a landing page after login, should provide an at-a-glance overview of the inventory status with widgets displaying the total number of unique products, total quantity of all the items in stock, and the number of products that are currently out of stock. We should also have a low stock product widget that shows you the top 5 products that are about to run out of stock, so that the manager can make decisions about the stock and purchasing, basically make purchasing decisions. Already read that. Product with lowest reordering. Supplier management. So that's one of the features, dashboard. Then we have supplier management, where we can create, edit, delete suppliers. We're going to see about the data structure in a bit. This is just what the section does. View supplier products. We can separate products by supplier. The user must be able to see a table of products provided by that supplier using a relation manager. We're going to use relation managers. Product management, of course. This is the central model for managing the inventory items themselves. We can create, again, this is just basic CRUD functionality for the products with fields for common properties like name, barcode or SKU, description, price, stock quantity, etc. We're gonna take a look at the database schema next. We're gonna have table filtering for the products. We're gonna be able to filter by out of stock or by supplier. I probably will update this document as we are working on it, because I kind of want to also use typesense for the search. I think that'll be a good feature, like speeding up the search, especially because this kind of applications usually have a lot of records, a lot of products. So it'll be nice to have a really snappy search for products and filtering of those products. So we'll probably add typesense to this search section. Stock update action. The product table must include a receive stock table action that opens a model to add a specific quantity to the product stock. Models. So as far as I understand, the biggest quality of life improvements made to version 4 are actually in tables and models within those tables. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 3 times faster rendering in tables with lots and lots of records. So we're gonna get a chance to look at that. Again, as a bonus feature, we're gonna have barcode scanner integration, but this is no, this is not the bonus feature. Hold on. Search input products. This is not actually the bonus feature. Hold on. Barcode search, that's just a search. Quick stock update page, a custom page without, I didn't even read this section. I read bonus feature and I thought that this is the mobile app. We'll update it later. This is just like, it should be able, like I mentioned at the beginning, you should be able to use a barcode scanner for searching, quick searching products, but that's not really a bonus feature, that's just a given. But yeah, I will polish this document a little bit more. Although we could just put this in the mobile app, like a barcode search using the camera, like scan the barcode and just search for it, and a quick stock update also just for the mobile app, so you can update the stock of a product via the mobile app. Yeah, I think that works. API requirements. To support the companion mobile app, the Laravel application must expose a secure version of API. So we're gonna use Sanctum to expose an API that will be used to search products and update stock of those products. Authentication, and that's going to be taken care of by Laravel Sanctum. We really don't have to worry much about that. Product lookup endpoint and stock update endpoint. Those will be the two API endpoints for the mobile app. In the companion mobile app, the sister project. Let me see. This actually doesn't apply because we are going to use using PHP native PHP. This authentication thing, again, I'm not sure about this part. I think the app is going to have a dedicated API, so it logs into, and we'll use that as an authentication. Again, I want to update this later. We'll see to it when we get to it. And yeah, the core workflow is just scan, view, update. You point at the barcode, you get the product, you update the product, basically. And yeah, the main screen of the app should have a prominent feature, should have a prominent button to scan barcode. Using the camera, and when you scan the barcode, the app will go and search that product and show it to you. Again, very simple, very succinct workflow for the mobile app. Non-functional requirements technology stack. We're gonna use Laravel, Livewire, and Filament version 4, Filament PHP version 4. Actually, let me just make a quick update to this. There you go. The user interface, both web and mobile, must be clean, responsive, and intuitive. That's also a given. Data integrity. The system must prevent the deletion of a supplier if they are still associated with any products. So this we can handle via model hooks or something. That's fine. And API security. The API endpoints must be properly secured and validated to prevent unauthorized access and malicious input. And that's basically our requirements document. We can iterate on this and make some updates as we go, as we see fit. Obviously, as soon as we start developing things, we're going to encounter situations where we need to maybe change some of the requirements to like adapt, but we'll see. As for the database schema, let me see. It's already here. There you go. So basically, the database layer will consist of a table of users, suppliers, products, and personal access tokens. That again, that's Sanctum schema, but it's usually helpful to have it here visible. As for the entity and relationship, I think the tables are much better here. So users, very simple users table, the default from Laravel, except I guess, no, it also have name. So this is basically the users table from Laravel. Suppliers, we're gonna have a name, email, phone for the suppliers. For products, we're gonna have ID, name, the SKU or barcode as a text column. This column has to be unique. We're going to have a description, price, stock quantity, the supplier ID. So we're going to link this to a supplier. And then again, personal access tokens, we don't really need to worry about that because that's handled by Sanctum. So it's basically a two-table application. Very simple, very nice. Yeah, that's basically the database access layer. This will be our project for the foreseeable future. I don't know how much it's going to take. Hopefully not much, given that Filament should make the process easier for us. The only bottlenecks, I think, would be, let me see if I can think of any. No, nothing comes to mind, to be honest. Maybe the mobile app if when we get to it, because that again, that's not really part of a Filament project. Or it could be, except for the camera section. I don't know how well. I'm guessing Shane could correct me on this one, but I don't know how well Filament and native PHP work together. We can probably test something out later on. Right now, I have a blank Laravel project created. No starter kit was used. The only thing that I added to it was Livewire. So I just created a new project using Laravel, the Laravel new command, and yep, it's empty, and all we have to do is start installing Filament. Rodrik Chod, hello Arturo, happy to see you again on Filament PHP. Yes, game over, baby. It was about time. Now, version 4, I've only heard good things about it, so that's correct. Rodrik, since you're on YouTube side, you're gonna see me bobbing and weaving my head because I have music playing. I want the rest of the streams moving forward to have like a different vibe. So, but YouTube does not allow music. So if you want to hang out and listen to some bangers and some music, you can jump over to Twitch side where music is playing. So yeah, I only added I only added Livewire to the new project. So it's a blank Laravel project with Livewire installed. Also, I don't know if it was if it is a feature from PHP Storm. But what I used to create this project was PHP Storm file new, and there is a like a Laravel application. It also installed Tailwind version 4 out of the box. I don't know if that's part of every Laravel project from now on, or if it was PHP Storm the one responsible, but I'm delighted if that's the case. Because I thought I had to install it myself. Nope, it's already there. It's been a while since I don't use a starter kit. That's the thing. Last time I used a starter kit, I had to bring in Tailwind CSS myself. So I guess there's nothing else to do but to start installing Filament. We'll probably get to... We'll see if we can at least create one resource. Probably the... Which one can we create first? Products? Abang, how you doing? Hello, Arturo. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for being here. You're from Indonesia. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for showing up. Actually, your YouTube video helped me a lot to finish my degree in informatic engineering. Thank you thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Really. I'm glad. I'm really, really glad I could help in even the smallest of ways. And thank you for sharing that. That means a lot. Caio, I'm sorry. Caio. I'm from Indonesia. 2 persons from Indonesia. Wow. Thank you so much. And the Jared wildcard. What inventory are you tracking? It doesn't matter. If it has a barcode, it has inventory. Can be a grocery store, can be whatever. It really is open to interpretation. Your video is really helpful for me. You can call me Sono. Okay, Sono. Again, thank you so much. I'm really happy that my content is able to help you guys, like again, in even the smallest of ways. Hello from Greece, 6 a.m. here. Oh, that's early in the morning. I got 1 hour to watch before I go to enduro riding. What's enduro riding? What's enduro riding? Love your videos. Oh, thank you so much, dude. That's so nice of you to say. Antonis from Greece. Wow, it's amazing. Indonesia, Greece. Bike riding in the woods. Ooh, that's fucking scary. Be careful, all right? That's really cool. I only say that's scary because I watch TikTok videos of people riding in the woods and just fucking bears coming out of the woods. It's like, what? No, thank you. Do you do that professionally or just a hobby? And yeah, 1 hour should be enough. Actually, we've been live for like 30 minutes. I guess we don't have time to install Filament and maybe no, just a hobby. Perfect. Hobbies are great. My hobbies does not require me to go outside the door, but that's just me. More of a video game kind of guy. Yeah, we'll have time to install Filament and maybe one resource. We'll see. We have like 40 minutes left on because here's the thing. YouTube. Usually I do coding And then in the later half of the stream, I do games. The thing is, the coding section is only going to be on YouTube. If you want to hang out after the coding section and just play games with me, hop over to Twitch and we can hang out more. So, oh, and the link is in the description, in the video description. Crisis 16, hello there, how you doing? Hello there. How is it going? Happy Friday. All right, let's get going because time's ticking. We're playing Dune later on, by the way. Dune Awakening. Let me open the documentation for Filament. So like I said before, version 4 is in beta. So use it at your own risk. It's stable according to Dan Herron. But yeah, it's still in beta. Love those two, but need some time off the screens. Yeah, you're right. Have to touch grass, or in this case, like, it's good that you touch grass and go outside. Just don't touch grass too aggressively. You're on a bike, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, totally agree. And that's nice that you do that. That's very, very healthy. So if you want to use the beta version and look at the documentation for the beta version, you just have to switch it up here and go to the beta, and you're going to have this note everywhere letting you know that this is a beta and it's not stable, but it is stable. Kinda and not kinda. Breaking changes, that's the only thing. Breaking changes may be introduced in the during the beta period. So keep that in mind. This is too small. Introduction, we don't need to read all of that. Testing. Now let's go straight for it. Installation. I am playing a lot of Vampire Survivor on my free times. Dude, that game is so addictive. And I have it everywhere. I have it on my Switch, on my Nintendo Switch. I have it on my phone. I have it on my PC. I have it on my Mac. I play it all the time too. Actually, I kind of stopped playing it because I was playing too much. So now it's more sporadic. But yeah, that game is so fun. Installation, we require PHP 8.2 or later. We have that. I'm actually using 8.4 in Laravel 12. That's the version that I use for the project, the blank project that I created, that we have already open here in PHP Storm. And also Tailwind CSS version 4. So we're covered on all bases. Installation comes in two flavors, vanilla and strawberry, depending on whether you want to build an app using our own panel builder or use the components within your app's blade view. I'm going to go for panel builder. Installing the panel builder. Since Filament version 4 is in beta, you will need to set the minimum stability in your composer.json file to be beta before installing any packages, either adjusted manually or via CLI. I'm going to use CLI. Copy that. I need a new window. I have Vite running over there. All right, that's done. And it should look like that. Actually, let's confirm. Composer.json. There, minimum stability, beta. Install the Filament panel builder by running the following commands in your Laravel project directory. I'm going to do this. And then this. What is the admin, what is the panel's ID? Admin is fine. Right? Yeah, admin. It must be unique to any others you have, and it used to reference the panel in your code. Yadin Dominguez. Yadin Dominguez. Hey there, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you, bro? I hope you had a great week and you're ready for the weekend. Let's keep it admin. Would you like to show some love? Let's actually, I think I already showed this already. So I'm good. Let me see. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Oh boy, forgot to start StreamerBot. That's very important. Otherwise the TTS won't work and none of the overlays. Oh my god. Switch, please.
Tuto1902 on Twitch said okay, all set. Remember that you can use this command at any point.
All right. I already have a GitHub repo initialized. I should be okay. Let's put this on GitHub right away so that we can start making changes in different branches and not do that any later. Why do I have two folders? Who are you? Can you imagine if I deleted the wrong one? I think we're gonna have ads in just a second. We always pause for ads, so don't worry. There
The
it
stream
is.
is now paused for ads.
Took you long enough. "30 more seconds on the ads." What's the new goal? Can barely read that. $190. Okay. All right. Ads are over. Okay, we're publishing the initial branch on GitHub so we can keep track of the code over there and not mess things up. It's going to be public, so you can always check progress on the project on my GitHub link in the description. In fact, what else is needed for the installation? Let's keep going. So we run that. That's good. This will create and register a new Laravel service provider called admin panel provider. I remember this. If you get an error when accessing your panel, check that the service provider is registered in bootstrap providers.php. If it's not registered, you'll need to add it manually. Let's actually check that. Bootstrap providers.php. Yep, admin panel provider. Good. All right, time to create a new user with the following command: php artisan make filament user. The name will be admin, because why the hell not? Email address admin@example.com. Password will be super secret password. All right, that's done. There. We're done. Let's check it out. Open admin in your web browser. Don't have any opened. So we go to gas tracker. I'm stealing the other one. Inventory tracker. Admin. There you have it. So we do admin@example.com and the password is, Jesus, if I can type password. Again, don't tell anyone. Super secret. Password is password. Please remember me and sign in. Never. It is that simple. It's still as painless as it can be to create and install a Filament application. I'm glad that's still the way that it was and has not changed at all. Flashbang. Sorry. All right. Where do we begin? We have a few minutes to spare, so maybe we can create our first resource. And I'm guessing the ideal place to start. Actually, no, wait. We don't even have models. We need to start by laying out the foundations. So we need models, we need relationships, and then we can have resources. I wanted to skip a bit, nah? No, sir. All right, let me just go back to the database schema real quick. Again, the users table is already there. Oh, by the way, database-wise, I'm going to stick with SQLite. I thought for a minute to use something more robust like PostgreSQL or MySQL, but to be honest, if we get to the point where we want to scale this database-wise, it's just a matter of switching. Laravel is that simple to use that you can just switch from one database to the other by changing the configuration files, and that's it. So SQLite is fine for the development process. Later on, if you or anyone who wants to, I don't know, tinker with this can want to use a different database, just change the configuration file. Easy peasy. Let's see, users, that's already there. Suppliers, I guess we can do the suppliers because we have a supplier ID foreign key in the products table. Let's create this this model. There was a key for code generation. What was it? Sorry, I'm just starting out using PHP Storm. I know there is a Laravel idea command to generate code, but let me see if I can find it because there is okay. I think we can use this and generate code generation. Oh, it's shift command comma. So shift command comma. So what do we want? A model. Create model. You can still use the CLI command, but come on. Model name will be supplier. Make sure it is always a singular. And the migration, create suppliers table. Do we need a factory? Filament resource? What? Fuck off. Really? You mad lads. I didn't know that was an option. I'm dividing if I need a database factory. Only if I were to test or maybe do some seeding. I'm going to include it. Why not? It's just a check. JSON resource, not on the suppliers because the JSON resource will be more useful on the products model because that's what I'm going to use in the mobile app later on. So for that, I probably do need a JSON resource so that the API can just take model data in products model data and just send it as a JSON file, as a JSON response to the mobile app. Fields. Let's check with the fields. We are going to need. Oh, this is a good one. We're going to need name. That'll be a string. We also need email, also a string, phone, and timestamps. That's fine. ID field, timestamps, soft deletes. Do we need soft deletes for suppliers? I'm thinking usually soft deletes are a good thing. Especially if you want to have the ability to roll back mistakes in your database. You always have a backlog of things that happened, things that were deleted. I think we should have soft deletes. We're gonna do soft deletes. Supplier spelling is wrong. Oh, thank you so much. Is double P? Damn. All right, thank you. That would have been a pain in the ass later on. Thank you so much. Suppliers, add the fillables array to the model class. That's nifty. Thank you very much. Is that all we need? Oh, email and phone, those are nullable. Check and check. Look at that. We can generate a REST API controller, a form request. Do we want a form request? Maybe not, because we are going to generate the Filament resource. So I think the form request is not really necessary in this case. Neither is the policy, I guess. Yeah, no. We're going to keep that as is. Again, maybe for the products, because the products model is going to be editable via API, so we may need a policy for it. And also a REST API controller. Yeah. I think that's all that I need for this. Let it run. Generate model. Yes, please. Is this a plugin on PHP Storm? Yes, it is. Laravel idea. Ooh, what is this music? Hold on. Gotta check this. Is this from Expedition 33? Yes, it is. Ooh, that's a good one, though. It's a great soundtrack. So this is all that was generated for us. We have a Filament resources folder, suppliers resource, pages. We have a create supplier, edit supplier, list supplier. I'm worried though. What if that's not the right code? Because I'm guessing, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I have to delete that because I'm pretty much sure that those classes are for version 3. Since version 4 is in beta. We're going to have to delete those. Add files to Git. No. Don't ask again and cancel. I'll do that myself. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to have to delete a few files. I do want to create the resources myself using CLI commands from Filament using version 4. I'm guessing there are some changes there. See if we can delete all of those Filament related files. App, Filament, resources, suppliers resource. Let's get rid of that. And this as well. Delete files, supplier resource, save, delete, search in comments. Yeah, do that. I think that's it. Other than that, we didn't generate anything here. Only on models. We have the supplier model. All nice and generated for us. And if I'm not mistaken, we also have the database migration. There you go. Nullable, timestamp, sub deletes. Perfect. We have one seeder, but that's just for creating a user. Actually, I'm going to comment this out. We don't need that. Hi, I'm from India, currently in Dubai. Hello, all the way from India. So many places, so many nice people. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a great week and that you are ready for the weekend. How is the weather in Dubai? Okay, so far we have all the code that we need for suppliers. We're going to create one more model for products. And then we need relationships. We have 2 tables used and suppliers. Oh, user is already here. That comes by default. So we just need suppliers and products. And this will be for product. All right, table name products, create products table. Just create the factory, not the filament resource this time. We will need a JSON resource for later, but let's get this thing out of the way right away. We are going to need a REST API controller. Again, the idea is that later on at the end game, we are going to have a companion app, a mobile companion app created most likely or pretty much likely using native PHP. And the idea is that that native PHP application will be a companion app to the web app that will serve as an on-the-go way of updating products and stock, using the camera to scan barcodes and get products from the database. So REST API controller seems correct. Form request, probably yes, just to get all of the validation in one single place, and also a policy because we want to make sure that the operations that are performed in this model are secure. So we need to make sure that whoever is doing the updates to the products has the permissions to do so. I think that's it. Wait, hold on. We need fields. That's it. So we need a name, the string, SKU, otherwise known as stock keeping unit, or the barcode. Has to be unique. Can I make it unique here? Doesn't look like it. No. All right, just string. We'll add the uniqueness later. Then we need description, which is optional. String nullable. Price decimal with 8 and 2. Stock quantity. Ooh, don't do that, please. And that'll be not nullable. Default 0. That's a big int. Also, the price is decimal. Stock. Okay, this is integer. Supplier ID. Oh, we could hold on. Add new relation. Oh, I should have done that with this. How can I remove one field? How can I how do I delete one field from this? Guess you can't. You can scroll right in the fields panel. That's as far as I get. Control backspace. There, it's right there. You just have to read. Control backspace to delete. Control backspace. There. So we need, did we say relation? Yes. Supplier ID. Look at that shit. It already knows It's even auto-completing supplier. It knows that we have a model already called supplier. Filament is like framework of Livewire with a lot of features. It's like a tool set. It's like a big ass toolbox of things that you can use to create an admin panel, like super fast. It's built on top of Laravel as the first layer and Livewire as the second one, because pretty much everything in Filament is a Livewire component. Pages, widgets, everything. Language, PHP. PHP, Laravel, Livewire, Filament. Look at that. It's beautiful. Supplier ID, begin. That's already a foreign key. We have an ID field. Rupesh, how you doing? Jack, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Let's go. ID, timestamps of deletes, and the fillable array, and everything else. Okay, generate. Migration method for relation fields for a new what? What is they? What is they? Oh, okay. 494. So you can choose what kind of method you want to use on the. Hold on, I know it. On the migration file, you can pretty much choose how to define the foreign key. I usually like to use foreign ID 4, but you can use any of the other options. I'm going to choose this. What are we building? We are starting a new project, and it's going to be an inventory tracker application created with Filament version 4. That's going to be our project for the following weeks. ORM stuff? What do you mean? Basically, it's just we're using Laravel with Livewire and Filament in just creating this application, because Filament version 4 is almost out of beta and I want to start using it already. If you're not familiar with either of those things, I should suggest start with Laravel first, after PHP. Constraint calls. Should we add constrained calls for products? I don't think so. Nah, let's keep it like that. Constraint calls, that's basically saying if you delete a record, if you delete a related record, do something on this table, but products does not have any relationship to any other tables. Wait, no, it does. Hold on. Not really into web dev. The front end is what I hate. Why do you hate it? I mean, not that I'm super into it, but hate is a kind of strong word. Web dev is all we do here, unfortunately. But we do gaming too. If you're on YouTube side, We're going to
The
pause for
stream is
ads.
now paused for ads.
Hectic? Okay, no, yeah, it is hectic. I was saying, yeah, I pretty much do web dev at the beginning of the stream. Although if you're on YouTube, that's the only thing that you're going to see because algorithm and stuff. If you want to keep hanging out after the coding section, you can jump up to, you can hop off to Twitch, where I'm also streaming. And we're playing music there, so it's, we're vibing. And after the coding section, I just hang out and play video games. If you want to hang out with me, just jump over here. Link in the description. So we have a relationship between products and suppliers, but the idea is that you cannot delete a supplier if there are products still linked to it. I don't know if the constrained calls are going to help me with that. Probably. Let's just add him. If not, we can just remove him. Oh no, okay, I forgot. Constrained. Yeah, I don't really need that call. If you use 494, the constraint is already added to it. Only if you use foreign ID and then a table, a column name, you actually need to use constraint to actually link that to a table. But if you use foreign ID for and pass a class, the model, a model class, it already knows that you have to, it has to be constrained to the class that belongs to this model. So you need cascade actions. I don't, because I don't want to cascade in the case of deleting. If I don't want to delete products when deleting a supplier. In fact, I cannot delete a supplier if I still have the related products. So I really don't want to do cascading in this case. Hey, Antonis, I already said hi. Sorry. Any other situation, I would say yes. But in this case, I need to be careful not to accidentally delete the products from a supplier. Instead, I want to prevent that from happening. Supplier upon deletion should not remove products or vice versa. In fact, you should not be able to delete a supplier if there are products associated with that supplier. That's one of the requirements. You could add ability to block. In fact, we are. Well, the ability to the first line of defense is going to be the database. So if you try to delete a supplier, given that this is a foreign ID, it should stop us from doing that, I think. Either way, we are going to add also a check, a block on delete, so that if we try to delete a supplier and we still have products linked to it, we're going to cancel that and just show an error. You can use on delete restrict. Okay, I like that option. But that should be in the supplier side, isn't it? We should restrict the deletion of a supplier. No, wait. No, you're right. Although, is there an option to do that in the... First of all, let me delete this first. There. Let me look at the code, at the documentation. Nope, nope, in the product to prevent, yeah, supplier that, yeah, I kind of got that on the fly. But what I'm thinking is there an option to do that from Laravel? Never used that before. This is in migrations, database migrations. Let's check the documentation, tables, renaming, modifying. Foreign key constraints should be in here. Constrained. Ah, here. There, restrict on, there should be a restrict on delete. There it is. Oh, it's not giving me... Generate helper code. That should also help us. No? You don't know about this function? Interesting. Okay, let's try the other method on. Really? Yeah, what is this? It returns a foreign ID column definition. It's not table. Yeah, but can I actually do it from table? It probably just doesn't know about that part of the code. Yeah, it is a Laravel idea. I'm using it. I recently, like last week, I started using PHP Storm, so I'm using the Laravel idea plugin. Not a table level trigger, I guess. Yeah, seems weird. I thought that doing Laravel generate helper code was going to help us, but no. Anyway, we know it's in the documentation, so let's just ignore that squiggly line. Is there anything else from database that we need? Supplier ID, it's already there. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's a big ass bug, dude. I think we're ready to run the migrations. We'll see if there are any errors. Although I think, well, no, yeah, let's run the migrations. Done and done. Let's take care of the relationships before we finish for today. Let's open products, product model. It's already there. I'm worried that this is gonna make me so lazy. I mean, it's great, but Jesus. Can you please create nested resources like country, state, city, and place? Not in this project. I don't think there is going to be a situation where I'm going to need a nested resource like that. Maybe a one-off example in a separate project, but not really in this project now. The terminal app that I'm using, which one? This one? This is just iTerm. I think it's yeah, it's called iTerm for the Mac, and next to it is just Tinkerwell. That's Tinkerwell. It's not a terminal. It's just an app to test code, like test snippets of code. It's very useful, to be honest. When you have a piece of code that you want to see if it runs well, or you just want to run a couple of lines of code. For example, let's actually open, I'm going to use it. So let's open, let's open this project, inventory tracker, so you can link it to a project and open like a code running window. So from here, I can basically run any code from the project using code snippets. Like for example, let's grab the user model and just say all, and then Command R to run it, and you get the results over here. So you get you can try out code and like debug it, etc. It's really, really useful. I created that in my project, but the issue is for states, it uses relation page, and for city, it uses index page, and it does not show cluster sub navigation. Yeah, that's interesting. Does it support Python? I don't know. I don't think it does. I think this is just for PHP. This is specifically a Laravel PHP code snippet application. Yeah. Django? I think Django should be supported. It's just PHP, right? I have like I use it in my PHP projects, the legacy ones that do not use anything, any Laravel stuff, and it works perfectly as well. So we have already a supplier belongs to in the product, and we should have also in the supplier, do we have the inverse relationship there already? No, we don't. Let's add one. Actually, no, hold on. There is a neat little feature. You can just type has many products and here we can say product class. That should be enough. Gone are the days of me forgetting to import models and classes in the use section. No more. Thank you, PHP Storm. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. We have a blank project. We installed Livewire, and then we added Filament version 4. So that's done. We have a panel that we can see already. No resources so far, but we have already laid the foundation, the database layer with the models. So next session will be about resources. We're going to start with the supplier resource and see if we can quickly get that set up. But for now, I think the coding section is done. We've been coding for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I think that's good. We have good progress. We don't want to do everything in one sitting. Let's spread it out a little bit more. If you are on YouTube, the stream is going to end for you right now. Again, I don't want to mix content on the YouTube side. If you want to keep hanging out for another hour or two, I'm going to switch content and I'm going to play Dune Awakening on PC. The link for my Twitch profile is in the description of the video. So if you want to hop over and keep hanging out, feel free to do so. Otherwise, the stream will end here for YouTube folks. I'll see you again on Monday. We will continue working on this and playing video games. So bye YouTube. Bye bye.